Martin in Anaheim, you're on the Max Kellerman Show, ESPN Radio. Just start talking. Don't start saying, what's up? What's up, Martin? Go.
Hey, check it out. Ring chaser LeBron, changing his jersey number. Who's he going to try to get now to go join them so he can try to get another ring, which ain't going to happen.
I mean,
but who you think he's going to go after?
Can I mention something? Who wins a ring who does not ring chase nowadays? Who won the title? Who won the title last year?
I grew up watching Jordan.
Okay. Jordan didn't have to ring chase because they got him Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant and later Dennis Rodman. He didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, but you yourself, Max, have said Scottie Pippen wasn't on Jordan's level.
But Pippen was a great
nowhere near his level.
Yeah, but if my point is, if you're a big, you need another guy on your level. If you're a wing, you just need some great players. Not only is there no one on Jordan's level, but if you're Jordan, you don't need Hakeem to win, right? If you're Jordan, Hakeem didn't need Jordan. Hakeem existed in a league. He won 2 titles in a league that Jordan wasn't there. As soon as Jordan got back, no more for Hakeem. The point is,
Max,
Jordan with Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman and Horace Grant is enough. But that's Michael Jordan. LeBron James was getting no help in Cleveland. And Gilbert was bringing no help. He's like, the hell with this. He linked up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, and later with Kyrie and Kevin Love, and later with AD. Why is that? I mean, is it ring chasing? I guess he didn't want to have his, end his career on bad teams with no rings. But if LeBron's a ring chaser, then all his rings are ring chasing. What about Kawhi? Got 1 with the Spurs. Right, the guys who don't ring chase are the guys the team they're on originally puts great teams around them. They don't have to ring chase. But even Kawhi left, went to Toronto and got a ring. Went to the Clippers. Is that ring chasing? He brought Paul George there. KD joined the Warriors, then brought Kyrie and Harden to Brooklyn. Is that ring? Those are the guys who win. The players are the superstars are now the GMs. But it was no different back in the day. You think Magic won on non-super teams? Kareem and Norm Nixon and everyone there, and they mid-season acquisitions of all-stars, and later James Worthy in them? You think Larry Bird won on non-super teams? McHale and Parrish and everybody, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge could shoot the lights out. They had Bill Walton off the bench. No, they all went on super teams. All right, who's next? Let's
go to David in Ohio.
David in Ohio, you're on the Max Kellerman Show, ESPN Radio.
Hey, Max, regarding super teams, I don't think Jordan ever had to face a super team like the Warriors or the Nets. And how would you compare, or how would you think those Bulls teams would do against those 2 teams?
Well, first of all, you can't just pluck teams out of their eras because the Bulls teams couldn't shoot the 3 and didn't shoot a lot of them back in that day. Just like these teams aren't used to hand checking. You'd have to think if those Bulls teams existed now, everyone would shoot the 3 better because they would practice it much more often. And the roster would be slightly tweaked to reflect the fact that they need more shooting. And if that Warriors team went back then, also similar thing. They'd have to get used to a rougher defense and bring on, maybe tweak the roster so you have players who could do that. So you're really not just saying how would they do against each other. You're saying how did each dominate their own era. The Bulls were the best, clearly, and by far the greatest franchise of all time, or greatest dynasty of all time, with the 72-win Bulls, with Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. You had arguably the 3 greatest defenders at 3 different positions, the greatest player of all time, who's also the greatest scorer, arguably the greatest coach of all time, and you had shooting, too. They had shooters. And they had size in the front court. That was impossible. Those Bulls teams were impossible. But in terms of a collection of talent, if they just want to put them on the court by today's rules in play, probably this Nets team would win, right? Because shooting, you get 1 extra point for shooting and hitting a 3. And that Bulls team wouldn't be allowed to play defense the way they did then.